Well, hi, I'm Laura, and welcome to the channel. Well, guess what is finally here? That holiday time of the year. And no matter whether you enjoy celebrating, you're not too sure of it, or maybe you're not looking forward to this time of the year at all. There are a lot of changes happening, and so we need to set ourselves up for success. However you're feeling about the holidays, it's important to have a plan. It's important to be intentional. So today, let's talk about some ways that we can mix things up a little bit that will not only help us survive, but maybe even thrive through the holiday season. Well, welcome to the channel. This is Smart Women, Smart Conversation, a place where we grab a cup of coffee. I've got my favorite Christmas Nutcracker coffee mug that I'm already using here in November, but it makes me feel good, and somehow the coffee always tastes better when I'm drinking out of it. But we grab a cup of coffee a couple times a week and just talk about the issues that affect women as we get older, yes, and a lot wiser. Absolutely. So the holidays are right around the corner, and I've already been working on a plan. Since this is the first year where I don't think my hair is going to be on fire, I've actually got some time to do things, to think about myself, which is the one thing that always gets left out of the mix every single solitary year. I'll give you an example. I have cross-stitched ornaments for 36 years, one every year for each of my children as they were born. And if you do the math, that's, gosh, 80 something. Yeah, I think 80 something ornaments. But every year I hustle to get the tree up, and then I hustle to get the tree down. And by the time I take the tree down, which I'll be honest, is generally not until about February 1st, I'm one of those people. But by the time I start to take the tree down, I'm just burned out. This year, I took all of my cross-stitch ornaments and I laid them out on a table and I took a picture. I'm going to throw the picture up in my community section. For those of you who do cross-stitch, you might get a kick out of it. But what it did is it made me feel so proud, and it was just a bit of a pat on the back, albeit one from myself. And now when I walk into the living room and I look at the tree, there's something a little more special about it this year. And those ornaments have been on my tree every year since my oldest child was born. But it's just the love that went into it, and seeing them all together, it's such a comfort. It really kicked off the holiday season perfectly for me. So that's my first point that I want to talk about. Set yourself up for success. Take time. Do the things that fill you up. Give yourself some joy, the things where you can stop and pat yourself on the back. Maybe you were willing to try a hobby for the first time. Make a Christmas ornament. Do a nice decorative arrangement for the middle of your kitchen table. Try something new, something that makes you feel fun. I was just in Michael's craft store this morning, and everything was 40 to 50% off. And it would be so easy to just throw together a little holiday arrangement, throw it in a pot that you already have, and just give yourself something, a little spirit somewhere where maybe there wasn't spirit anymore. And the other thing, I'm giving myself permission to not do things this year. Things don't have to be perfect. Things don't all have to be in one place or in the same place they've been in years past. The other thing I'm doing that, for those of you who follow the channel know, I am not a cook. But I watched that Martha Stewart's, I guess, Netflix documentary a couple of weekends ago. And I had forgotten that I had bought Martha Stewart's very first Christmas book. I actually have it right here, and it's magnificent. If you've ever seen it, it's called Martha Stewart Christmas. I always dreamed, there's an incredible gingerbread house in here. I wish I could find it. And I've always dreamed of doing her gingerbread house. I did a gingerbread house a couple of years. It didn't look anything like Martha Stewart's. But I made her sugar cookies when the kids were little. Haven't made them, oh my gosh, I guess my youngest has been gone as long as he's been gone, 10 years out of the house. So I think I might have made them one or two more Christmases after he moved on. But you can tell the pages are all tattered and worn. I haven't picked this book up in, yeah, 8, 9, or 10 years. So this year, I am making Martha Stewart sugar cookies, and I can't wait. And I'll share a picture of them. But I'm doing things for myself that I'm going to enjoy. And the cookies tie into my next point. Do nice things for people you care about. Little gifts, small tokens of appreciation this time of year are really appreciated. It's not like you're doing something totally unusual, so it's not uncomfortable. But take the time to do something nice for someone you know or would like to get to know better. I'm going to make my cookies, and I'm not going to worry. Now, I'll be honest with you, for at least the last 6 or 7 years, I haven't made the cookies because no one eats them except for me. And I cannot afford to gain 5 to 7 pounds every single holiday because I don't lose it anymore. And I'm not going to do that to myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a day to make cookies, a day to put them in gift bags, and a day to deliver them. And what got me thinking about that was I got this card in the mail. I'm going to show you here. Isn't this cute? A friend someone had drawn some cute photos for her, cute pictures, and she had them made into note cards. Many of you have done that, I'm sure. And this came in the mail the other day, and it was just she just wrote me a nice note about why she appreciates me, what the qualities about me are that she likes. And gosh, I'll tell you, it made me feel on cloud 9. This is a great time of year to drop a note to someone you've been thinking about. Maybe it's someone you only communicate with on social media. But reach out. And the other thing about reaching out with something very small, like a note or dropping off some cookies, is it kind of bridges that gap if you haven't seen each other for a while, or maybe the last time you saw each other was awkward. You know, one of you said, hey, let's do lunch sometime. The other one said, yes, great. And then 6 months have gone by and nothing has happened. It's a great way to reintroduce yourself into the relationship and a way to tell someone that, hey, you know, I'm thinking about you. I've also started this year shopping early. Never done it before. What I found so far is that I think I'm going to spend a lot less money because I'm not going to be in a big rush at the end. And this may sound unusual, but I love to wrap gifts. And if you love to wrap gifts, do yourself, and even if you don't like to wrap gifts, do yourself the favor of wrapping a gift each day. So when I buy something, I wrap it the next day while I'm having my coffee. And I don't mean to sound like I'm super organized and you ought to try to be like me. I'm not. But I enjoy that quiet time of drinking my coffee in my favorite nutcracker mug and taking my time and enjoying it and putting a little note on the gift. And, you know, last year, half of my gifts didn't even get a ribbon because I ran out of time. I was in such a rush, I just said, forget it. I just can't do it. I just want to make it through. Do something for yourself every day. Make it something special. And if you don't like wrapping gifts, when you really spread it out, it isn't as painful as when you're trying to do it on Christmas Eve, which been there, done that, 30, 40 Christmases in a row. So this year, it's all new. I'm going to enjoy my shopping because I'm going in the middle of the day when the stores aren't crazy busy. I've got a list. I've put a lot of thought into it, and I'm not going to rush at the end and just grab little things here and there to make me feel better, like I did a better job and I put a little thought into it. This year, I'm going to be intentional. And finally, do something special for yourself. Have something in mind. You know, the first thing I do when the Christmas songs come on the radio is I tune in my car and I listen to the Christmas carols going to work and coming home from work and running errands and wherever it is that I have to go. I just love it. And it makes me feel good. It puts me in a good mood. And like I said, I set myself up for success by going into the stores in the very middle of the day when they just aren't that crowded, and Monday especially. And by the way, I'm apologizing. Emma is barking in the background. She's my 14-year-old. Well, she'll be 14 December 28th. She'll be 14 years old, which is really old for a Rottweiler. She can't hear anymore. So her barking is telling me, oh, she wants help getting up on the sofa. So that's a whole nother debate. Animals on the sofa or not on the sofa. There's disagreement in my own house. But think of something special you can do for yourselves. It doesn't have to cost anything. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. But do something that makes you feel rewarded, a pat on the back. It's a special time of year, and you want to make yourself feel special. Well, I'm going to go take care of Emma. I apologize, but take care, and I'll talk to you in a couple of days. I think the next video we're going to do is 5 easy steps to save your holidays before they even start. Take care. I hope you'll subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the channel. Now let's go see what Emma needs. Take care. Bye-bye.